Victor Galvan. Yeah, 24/7 mindset. Yeah, 24/7 mindset. Let's go. 24/7 mindset.
Hello. Welcome to a 24/7 Mindset. My name is Jose, a.k.a. Tabito, and I am here with Victor Galvan. And today we're going to be talking about mentorship. Mentorship, which is big, guys. Big, huge. You need mentorship. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start asking you some questions, Victor. You ready? How has having a mentor impacted your personal and professional growth?
Number one, I'm a better leader. I believe in myself more. I don't have to do it from failure. So when I say I'm a better leader is that when your role in a company is to develop people that can take over in your businesses, and you have a mentor, so automatically it gives you one more step of leadership in your career. So because what happens is, to attract the people you want, you got to elevate yourself. So if you're trying to attract somebody to the same level as you, it will never happen. So you got to raise your leadership lead so you can attract the right people, so it can help you, give you the right support. I've been blessed that most of the time, either I bring somebody just right next to me, below me, or above me, but I don't interrupt in his leadership. I let him go all in. The problem is if I bring somebody that's above me and I'm going to tell him what to do, I'm going to say, this is how you're going to run this business. No, I don't do that. So what I do is that, all right, show me. What are we going to do? We're going to follow. I'm still going to follow you. So this is how you're going to run this business. Normally, I know how to, I write down the process and systems and the goals of where everything is going to be. But based on the leadership of this guy now, it brings different ways to do things, and you're going to achieve them faster, which with the way I was going to do it, it was going to take a little bit longer, right? So I didn't create confusion. And then having a mentor also pushes the bottoms to believe in yourself more, because a mentor ain't going to go through BS with you. He's going to be straight to you. He's going to tell you, look, I don't got time for this. Don't come with those stupid questions. Figure out your questions and give me right questions that can help me so I can help you. Because if you notice, one time I tell you that that it's very easy to get the attention of a great leader like Tom Brady. If you go to Tom Brady and say, hey, Mr. Tom Brady, how you doing? You're my inspiration, you're my hero. He's not going to give a fuck. He's going to keep walking. But if you ask the question differently, you say, hey, Mr. Tom Brady, how you doing? I just want to let you know I'm very successful. You impacted my life. You changed my business. You changed my family. And now I'm making millions of dollars. And he's going to stop and say, how did I impact you? That's the question, right? Mm-hmm. So that's how you do. So the mentors teach you to ask better questions, because a mentor is not going to have the time for your BS, right? Mm-hmm. So you better ask a lot of good questions. If not, he's going to tell you, hey, look, no. And then when you need an advice, it's perfect, because now you have to really, really trust your mentor on everything you ask him. If you have problems in your business and you ask them, for example, hey, I got this problem with this leadership team on this position, how I do it? And he's going to say, do this, and that. You have to do it. Mm-hmm. That's why he's your mentor. Don't try to do it half-assed, because you're going to create a big problem, and then you're going to come with more questions, and then it's going to be a tough talk between you and your mentor now, because he knows. He's going to identify right away that you didn't did exactly step by step. So at the same process, that's why you write all your process and systems. So if your team fail, you as a leader, you got to write everything down. Mm-hmm. So if the team fail, they can go back and say, oh, what I did wrong. Oh, I didn't did this. So, okay, go back and track. It's not what the leader is telling you to do right there when the leader is not there. Mm-hmm. Because most of the people that you're going to guide in life, they don't believe in mentors. But you are mentor temporary in writing, in your process, in your system. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you. All right.
So, and then the other one, why a mentor? That it's very important to have a mentor so you don't have to do it on failure. You know, half of my life I work on failure and I hate it. I hate it, but I didn't know that I just need to sign with somebody, you know, that can tell me how to do it and what's the name of each process and why I was going through the process and the problems and the situations. It's just for the things that you think that you know that you don't know. So that's when Brandon Dawson came in my life and adjusted and cleaned all that BS out of my life and aligned me and pretty much showed me the way that I don't have to do it off failure no more. It's just one question. Hey, Mr. Brandon, what will you do here? And he's gonna be very honest. Very honest. He doesn't got two ways. He's only one way. Because this is how you need to look at it in life. Learning from failure. There's the problem. You gotta go through the problem, through all the BS in that problem. So you're gonna spend time, energy, and money. So, or there's option two that you're gonna see the problem, you're gonna go around the problem, spend time, energy, and money, right, to try to avoid the problem. But that problem never went away. So the key is that how do I do it? That's when the mentor comes in and he helps you go through the problem, but you're gonna go over the problem. You, at the same time, when you're going over the problem, you're fixing your issues with the right words, the right pieces, and the right systems. So whatever it is, whatever the problem is, you have the right knowledge to give so you can go over it. So you waste a little bit of time, a little bit of energy, because sometimes you're like, this is really going to work. So people can see on the way you act and how true you are, how confident you are, or yourself. So a mentor is also... I recommend a mentor. Let me go back. So our mentor, a mentor, I also look at it this way. He will force your mind to create a big picture of was not impossible. No, he will create a big picture of what's not possible, that you can bring it, that it becomes possible. So a mentor will never tell you to go after something that's small. A mentor was going to tell you to shoot to the stars, like Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone is so successful because this fucking guy, man, he's not going to go all in on 300 million. He's going to go all in on 300 billion so he can cut short and still make and pass the 300 million. That's how his mind is set up. So every mentor is set up like that. They're going to tell you to go and believe big. So if you achieve low, right? But it's bigger than what you was going to go after, because the last thing you want to do is go after something small that you spend the same time, the same energy, the same people, same amount, everything, to going for something small than going for something big. So that's where a mentor comes into. That's probably step number 4, right? So there's a lot of steps in a mentor that can help you identify all these problems. And the last one, a mentor give you the power, the confidence in your life that you're not alone, that you got always somebody to go and cry and complain if you want, but you respect him so much that you ain't gonna go and fucking complain and tell him about your fucking problems. A good leader fucking grab his fucking problems, eat them, and fucking figure out and make them work with the advice from your mentor, and boom, crush it, get it out. I never in my life I had to go to somebody and tell them my problems, not even my wife. I'm always being a leader, and that doesn't mean I'm a good leader or a bad leader. It's just that that's how I'm built. I never went and complained. I never went and cried that this is going through me, this is happening to me, why to me, and all that stuff. I used to complain to myself inside me, and that was holding me. But when I say, fuck all this, instead of complaining, let me act from it. But I never had somebody that I can go, my mom, my dad, or somebody that I can go and complain. You know, I was the top of the list, and it is what it is. The problem comes in, I got to resolve it. I don't got no options for somebody to come and help me. I got some options to fix below my lid. Hey, you guys gonna fix this and this, but that's no problem. But anything that happened to me, it was impossible. You know, how you gonna fix it when you don't got nobody else to go? So that's where you gotta have a mentor to make sure you feel that you're not doing it alone. There's some people that pays somebody just to listen to them. At the beginning, when I was growing up in my career, in my life, I'm like, that motherfucker's so stupid. Why he pays somebody? But you know what? Sometimes I feel like I'm to that point. Let me get a motherfucker so I can fucking complain, put on my problems on that guy, and that's it. Here, I'm fucking paying you, right? It sounds stupid, but you know, I'm starting to believe that maybe at one point I'm gonna do that. But you know, I grow up so much from everything that I'm not worried about that, right? But maybe I'm complaining right now, right? Everybody that listen to me is holding, he doesn't like complain, but he's complaining now, right? But that's okay.
All right, another question, Victor. What specific qualities or skills should mentors possess to be effective?
So your mentor has to be somebody that did and build bigger things that when you're trying to build. Don't go and find any fucking mentor. Your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters, your wife, your fucking kids, they're not your fucking mentor. Don't go to them. Go with somebody that did bigger things. One thing is respecting your dad, respecting your brother, respecting that. That doesn't have nothing to do with that. If you want to be successful in life, you can have your dad as your hero. That's it. But don't have him as your mentor in life to make it, to exit the big picture, to win big things. You have to have a mentor that did better things than you, bigger things than you, and is crushing it. I'm shooting for 1 billion. Brandon is shooting for 1 trillion, if not more. He already achieved the freaking billion, right? He billions already, 100%. So that's why you always you gotta have somebody that looking at bigger pictures than you, man. So he can pull you. He has to pull you. You holding him up somehow. That's why I say they don't got time for BS. So now you're not holding him. He doesn't care if you want to grow. He's gonna grow with you or without you. But better listen and stay next to him. My mentor always say, guys, watch what I'm doing, do what I do, meet who I meet, and all that stuff. It's easy. Just stay consistent. Just watch him, because he doesn't have the time to tell us all the time over and over, oh, you're going to have this situation, oh, you're going to have this situation this day. No, he doesn't have, just watch him. It's not that he wants you to follow him. It's just that he fucking wants you to be successful. So just do what he does. Okay, the motherfucker is doing a conference right now, and then he's grabbing on his jet to go into California, having a meeting, and then he has a dinner, and then he has to make it back to Arizona by 2 a.m. because at 6 a.m. he's got something, a breakfast or whatever, and then he has a seminar, and then he's got to fly back to Miami because he's got another seminar here. He doesn't care. So that's what we need to be doing. We need to be watching how hungry he is. So we may have to have a meeting in the morning and then just schedule a lot of meetings, and we may have to drive to Orlando in a different scale with your car, you know, and stuff like that. But that's how you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to watch from people like him.
How did you find your mentor, and what criteria did you use to select them?
So, you know, it's crazy. There's a lot of mentors in life. Everybody can be your mentor. He's probably next to you, but it's either there's reasons why you haven't choose him, or you haven't approached him because probably respect, or probably he's not charging you, or probably you just don't see it because you got too much access to that person. So that's some of them. How I met my mentor, it was during COVID. I remember I was so tired of being home. I know we work and all that stuff. We was the only business that we was open, you know, doing construction and all that stuff. So, but at the end of the day, we was working mostly from home, and you still got to follow some rules and stuff like that. So I went to this seminar with Grant Cardone for fucking 7 days, 7 straight days. But in one of these events, he what I was this motherfucker. He like, I don't give a fuck if you get sick. I don't care about COVID. I gotta teach you what I have. And I'm like, I'm at the right fucking place. Let's go. He doesn't care about me. That's great. If I get sick, because what he was trying to do is pass that fucking message. I'm like, oh, so I feel better now. And I even got sick at the end, but it's okay. That's a different story, which I didn't care. But what I got from there, he presented Brandon. That was at the very beginning when they were partnered up. He came to the stage, he put his glasses like this, and now he's talking, and I'm like, this motherfucker is my hero right here. This is gonna be the one. So he started talking after probably a minute and a half. I'm like, this is it. So I start running towards him. And I remember the Grant Cardone's bodyguards grabbed me, hey, hey, Brandon, I want you to be my mentor, that type of thing. So all he says, like, guys, because he was many other people, he's like, guys, we're gonna have events. You guys just sign into these events. So I went in, I commit, sign all in. I probably spent over $1 million in my mentorship, in my mind, and everything, but it's well worth it. I can tell you it's well worth it. So that's how I met him, through Grant Cardone, because and I found out that he was his business partner there. But yeah.
And that's how you found your mentor right there.
Yeah. So and the other thing is, make sure your mentor can align to what you're trying to do, what you want. No. Make sure the mentor that you want. Make sure that the mentor that you want can align to what you want to do. Not trying to do what you want to do, that he fit in that picture. So me, I'm about companies, I'm about revenue, I'm about profits, I'm about sale. I want to exit, I want to make a lot of money. He's on the same thing. He's buying companies, he's partnering up with companies. That's what I'm doing too. I want to be able to acquire companies, because there's probably about 18, 19 years of companies that are, the owners are getting old, and they are wanted to exit, and they don't know how. They don't got the right team. They don't even got in their mind that they can give part of the companies to somebody good. They can spend one more year, teach them, and align them with the beliefs of the company, give them the company, and they can run it. But nobody's gonna do that. Nobody believes in that. So the next thing is their sons, their kids, and guess what? They're on YouTube. They're on all the things that they don't want to do nothing to do with the business. So that's where I come in. I want to come in the next 18 years, buy company. Everybody can do it. But did they know the strategies to do it? That's why I've been mentored by Brandon for 2.5, 3 years. Anybody that wants to start now, he's behind.
Have you tried looking at other mentors, or that was like the first one you saw and you went with them, or did you did you go to other shows to see other people?
I went to Tony Robbins. Yeah, he was very good, but I didn't align with him. I saw Grant Cardone. It was great, but I needed somebody to can align with me, and that was Brandon Dawson. Brandon Dawson is the one. But no, yeah, I try, and I was looking for him. I was, you always gotta stay consistent, looking for the things that you believe that can help you. And if it's something bothering you, just get it out. And I always believe in people telling me what to do and how to do it. There's better ways to do it, and somebody has that way. But I wanted to always stay out there trying to figure out who can help me.
Well, let me ask you a question that leads me to my other question is, can you share a specific example on how your mentor helped you overcome a professional challenge or obstacle? Can you give us an example of how your mentor helped you overcome an obstacle? Like you said to yourself, wow, thank God I had Brandon here for this,
It was very easy. Helped me understand the basics, that he did not have time for BS. So that pushed me to go back to my team and do the same thing. I don't got time for BS, but it's up to you. What are you giving your people so they can create? So if you don't have time for them and you're giving them bad content, so how can you hold them accountable? How can you say, fuck you, I don't got time for you, right? So it helped me identify all those little things, those basics. And in my life. So that's how he got me out of my situations / problems.
Just that right there, you're saying? So that was one of the things he helped you do?
Yeah.
Can you name anything else he helped you do?
What he also did is to help me be upfront with my team. Don't go around problems. Like if I had a problem with them, just let them know. Just be upfront. These people, these employees, they don't got a problem with you telling them the truth. They don't got a problem with they're no good. Tell them, hey, get the fuck out of my company. They need that. Actually, they're waiting for that. I didn't know that. But when I start testing it, they're like, okay, I saw this coming. I'm like, motherfucker, so since when you saw this coming? Oh, a long time ago, but you guys never did nothing about it. I'm like, wow. So just being upfront and help you with those details, it gets you out of a lot of trouble. We had a couple of superintendents that were making a lot of money, and they were just milking the cow. But we did not know how to approach them and how to, to get them going, because respect. There's a lot of respect for supers, but at the end of the day, it's not right. So whatever you provide is what they're gonna do. So we wasn't providing the right data that can identify that they suck. So that's what happened. Now with providing the data that can identify if they're doing right or wrong, identify markers when we do the reviews and how they look.
Let me ask you another question. In your opinion, what are the key benefits of being a mentor to somebody else? You're a mentor to some people, right?
Yeah.
And now, what are the benefits from that, you think?
The number one is that you have access to their lives, their company. So it's easy for you to identify if it's value on it, or you just go and help them, make them successful, and get out. Or get into their company, see how successful they can be, invest in that company, and blow it up, and take it to sell, right? So there's a lot of people that are always doing it from failure, and they're not gonna know what they don't know. So they need somebody that they know what they're doing, and that's where I come in. And I imagine my mentor is doing the same thing. He's identifying, okay, let me choose this one. This one is very profitable. We can take this one to the moon. We can do this. This ones we're gonna put them on the side. As soon as they step in this level, we're gonna go after them. Either we're gonna buy them, we're gonna acquire them, we're gonna partner up with them, or whatever the situation is. He got the same thing. So that's what I learned from that too.
All right, Victor, next question. Have you ever experienced any drawbacks or limitations in a mentorship relationship? If so, how did you address them?
So it goes back to the Bible. So in the Bible says that if you know too much, try not to confuse my people, right? So it goes back to when you're mentoring, when you're teaching somebody, you're probably giving the right data at your level. You don't know that you're hurting them, right? So you got to be careful how you pass that information that can help him align and everything. If he doesn't see it, he's going to do whatever he believe that he hear, and he's going to create a mess. So to go back, I do not know, because most of the times they ask me, hey, Victor, can you help me? Hey, Victor, can you do this? And after I show them all the commitment and everything that they got to do, I never hear from them. They leave like, oh my God, this is so much knowledge, it's too much. And they're like, I cannot believe this is beautiful. I'm going to come back and we set up another meeting, and actually I want to pay you. But then when they go home, after they think about it, they went home so motivated to their office, whatever. And then they're like, they can't handle the commitment and everything that you're supposed to put in a company. So like I told one of my business partners the other day, he's talking about acquiring a company, right? And I'm like, So this company is having a lot of problems. We have a lot of issues with that company. Why we want to buy? Oh, he's just have too many problems, but we don't care about the problems that he has. We want to buy him, and then we're going to put him to work. I'm like, the first thing I said, if this motherfucker is not committed to his company, how he can be committed to us after we buy him? He's not be committed. He's going to quit. We got to make this contract so beautiful, so everything, this process and system so beautiful that he's going to have to stay here and all that stuff. But it's going to be so much pressure that we're going to fail too with him, because right now he's not showing me commitment. That's exactly what's happening on the other with the question.
So I totally understand that thing about you giving too much knowledge to somebody who doesn't really understand. And then when you pile on your experience and your knowledge of something, and then they don't know how to take it in, I can see how that can mess them up, because, like you said, confusion. And confusion can lead
creates
to a bunch of a lot of things. Yeah.
Failure.
Exactly. Yeah, I can definitely see that. All right. How do you believe a mentor can contribute to an individual's personal development and well-being? How do you believe a mentor can contribute to an individual's personal development and well-being?
It's unlimited. And the reason I say unlimited, because the mentor can impact you on your personal, professional, and your financial life. He's not just your mentor. He's part of your life, part of your ecosystem, your family. So by him helping you change your mind, your everything, automatically change the way you walk at home, the way you present at home, the way you talk about home. So when you go through those processes, you discipline yourself more. So you want everybody around you to be disciplined.
What strategies or techniques have you found most helpful in establishing a strong mentor or mentee relationship?
So by having a clear question, the right question, and ask questions that can involve your mentor. I think I answered that one at the beginning. If the quality of your question is not going to get the answer, so don't ask it. Because my mentor would say the quality of your question is going to bring the quality of your outcome.
Of your answer, yeah.
Yeah, of your answer. So make sure you learn to ask the right question. And what's the right question? You know what's the right question. Because sometimes we're going to ask a stupid question, and the result that's going to come in, or the rock that is going to come back, or whatever is going to come back to us is not what we want. It's like, this is not what I wanted. So next time, learn to ask the right question. Or say, this is my question, but I want this. And they're going to either say no or yes. Or let me look at it.
All right, so next question. You ready? All right. How has being a mentor influenced your own learning continuous growth as a professional?
Number one is that it teaches me to express myself better, right? And number two is to make sure I'm a sample of what I'm gonna push. So I'm not gonna push somebody to do something that I haven't done, right? And I'm not gonna push somebody to do something that everybody's not gonna do. Like, that's why there's process assistants that everybody follow up. Even me, if I gotta go and teach somebody, I gotta follow the same process.
All right. Is there anything else you wanna say?
So, guys, at the end of the day, the truth of the story and how everything goes, you gotta stay consistent. You have a mentor. Listen and follow everything he's telling you. Don't go around the bush. Make sure you listen to him 100% and act from him 100%. If he's telling you to do something, write it down, send them an email, send them a text and say, this is exactly how you told me. And you'll be surprised that what you send back is not what he told you. So that's one other thing that you can learn. Make sure you always reply back on what the conversation that you guys had, so the message can be clear. Let's go.
All right, and that will end another episode of 24/7 Mindset. Thank you guys again for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.